Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum continues to move lower. That was pretty much also in line with my expectation from the last video. I've warned you that this here, the whole structure here looks very much like a three-wave move, so that you basically have an ABC in this wave 4, and I'm gonna go through that wave count with you today in a little bit more detail. So but take it out for now. So we are coming, obviously we made this all-time high up here that was around $5,000, yeah, just a little bit lower. Up here, yeah, we talked about, well, this was back then the target area up here that we specified, very close target area, and the price did get perfectly into it. We then anticipated here a correction that worked out. The price came up, everybody got super bullish again, told you that this is a risk, that this is only wave B, and we then started the sell-off as anticipated. We started first with here in orange highlighted a wave 1 down. That was in the price did come down to $4,063 US. We then had this counter move of a wave 2. So a wave 1 is always an impulsive wave. So as you finished your A wave, as you finished your B wave, the logical next step is that you are in a C wave. Now this is a very long C wave. I've got the C down here in that blue target area that was, by the way, reached, and we get to that in a minute. So we then started our wave 1, yeah, very impulsive. Then you start your corrective wave 2. You know, a wave 2 is corrective, basically correcting that previous impulsive move. Yeah, in this case, a 5-wave move that was corrected to the upside. And then we started here with the wave 3. Wave 3, typically the longest wave, doesn't need to be the longest wave, but it is oftentimes the most bullish, or even if you have an impulse going down, which we have here, the more bearish one. Yeah, so to an upside, a wave 3 is usually very bullish. To the downside, the wave 3 is typically very bearish. So it is very impulsive, it's very strong because it's already an established trend. In a wave 1, people are oftentimes very unsure if it's already a trend. So people normally hop onto the train in a wave 3. Yeah, and the earlier you get onto the train in a wave 3, the better. Now, of course, this is when you go long in an uptrend and when you go short in a downtrend. Okay, but generally I'm not a friend of shorting because as a side note, the risk is, in my opinion, to the upside at the moment. That is, you know, going long, there is so much opportunity to the upside. In the end, an asset can grow, yeah, infinitely. Yeah, so there is no barrier to the upside, whereas to the downside, it can only go to 0, really, right? So that is why I don't really like shorting. And generally, I've found a chart recently. I need to dig that out. But generally, across assets, you know, in average, prices go up 86% of the time, and they go down only like 14% of the time. I need to dig that chart out again. It was very interesting. It just shows that generally the market is going up. There are corrections, but generally the market is going up and always going up. At the moment, we are of course here in a correction. So wave 2, then we came into this wave 3, which again is part or consists of 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And yeah, this is now the question, because there are 2 alternatives. Again, usually you have a bullish and a bearish scenario, and we're currently here again at a tipping point, because you can count this here as a wave 3. So as I just showed you, this is the scenario, and let's keep this scenario. This would, to be honest, at the moment, it is still my primary scenario. I'm hesitating a little bit because we're really at this tipping point. Yeah, but you need to understand the differences in these scenarios to be able to make your own decisions. That I can't make for you these decisions, but this is the scenario in which we are moving down once more. So basically we came 1, 2, 3. This here is a wave 4. It makes sense to me because the wave 1 was very strong. It was very impulsive. And also the wave 2 was very, very strong. And usually when you have a very strong, a very steep wave 2, then the wave 4 is very shallow. And that is exactly what we can see here. So you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. This wave 4 could now be complete, and the price did not push higher than the 200-day moving average. And yes, it did move above this important, structurally important level at $3,412. As I mentioned to you, this is a very relevant level, and above that, I believe we have much more upside potential, but the price did not manage to establish itself here. what we always want is the price to stay there and not just have a fake out. In this case here, it was a fake out, obviously. Hard to detect at times, because in this case the price closed the 4-hour candle above it and might even have closed the daily candle above it. Let me just take a final look. Yeah, it did. It did close a daily. It even retested. So normally a bullish signal, but in this case the price did not manage to break above the 200-day moving average, turned around, and this is now actually a bearish confirmation. In which case I would rather see this as a 3-wave move, where you can actually see, and also so generally where we take a look here from that wave 3, you move in a wave 4, and what is a wave 4 consisting of? Well, it consists of 3 waves, as every corrective wave consists of 3 waves, in this case A, B, C. So there is of course an alternative, and I'll get to that in a minute, but from here what we could now see already might be the beginning of that 5th wave down, and that could take us directly into the target area again. Price already reached the target area. This was the time for me to add to my positions. I already started to dollar cost average in a little bit higher, by the way. I think we have good chances to get into this area again. It also depends on which scenario for Bitcoin now plays out, but in the end I think we're going to see even lower prices, either in this scenario or in the alternative scenario. Now, the alternative scenario here would be basically the same one that I believe still for Bitcoin is at play. It is pretty much very, very, very similar probabilities for both scenarios at the moment, because we have hovering really very close around this key level here. But for me, this one is still here for Ethereum, the primary one, that we come down once more, and that is basically because we have not managed to break that $3,412 level on a sustainable basis. We dropped quite impulsively below it again, and we're even making a lower low. So yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that the low was already in, but I've been saying that throughout, that we need to break this level here, and you can see how the price struggled to do it. So very, very difficult. So yeah, the alternative is here that we made a wave A here, that this is a wave B, where the price has a chance to move even a little bit higher, and we're coming down here in a wave C. So, but even in this scenario, and even in this scenario, we need to understand that the price will make another dip anyway. ABC would also come down once more lower. And in the end, the scenarios are very similar. In the end, it doesn't make a great difference, because if this is a wave 4 or a wave B, they both are absolutely valid. In the end, it probably doesn't make a difference. So the thing is, in a wave B scenario, the price would have a chance to push a bit higher. In that wave 4 scenario, not. But in the end, it doesn't make a great difference, because even in this wave C, you would come down once more. And let's say this is the scenario ABC, then the price has already reached also the Fibonacci levels, in my opinion, that we need to reach for a B wave, which is the 50% Fib retracement, which is exactly here, 3,534. It did hit it perfectly, and therefore I think this wave B scenario is also absolutely valid, both pretty much leading to the same thing. So yeah, in the end, they are not really too different. So in both scenarios, we would come down lower. In that wave B scenario, as I said, the price, of course, has a chance to move a little bit higher before it comes down. Can we move from here to new all-time highs? Yes, but I think the probabilities are very, very low. And the reason for that is the price has not yet built an impulsive structure here to the upside. So we cannot yet, at least, see here an impulse. And generally, the structure and the way the price is coming up here, it's not too convincing. What we want to see is, in this case, let's say, okay, maybe the whole wave count is wrong. Maybe we've seen already the low. And again, the possibility is there, because as I said all the time, as soon as the price hits this target area, the low could theoretically be in. We've hit those important Fib levels, and the low could already be in. And therefore I use this area to buy. I've been saying that in the videos. This is very, very important. And how is this target area actually defined? Oops, no, I need to go a little bit, higher level here. Zoom out a little bit. Right, so let's go from here, from the low. to the highs. So there you go. So this is the target area here for Ethereum. So between the 78.6% fib level at 2,400 roughly, yeah, and the 88.7%. This is the ideal target area. It can also drop down to $1,700. It would still be possible to get a little bit lower, but ideally you would want the price to turn around 2,070 US dollars. So all of that seems okay, seems good. For now, what is very important, in my opinion, to really maintain here a potential upside momentum. So let's say, all right, let's say we want to either in this wave B scenario, or maybe even in an unlikely all-time high scenario where the low might already have been in, we need to push higher. Well, the question is now, are we already turning around, or can we push one more wave up? To do so, the price cannot drop below $3,050. And someone asked me before, why $3,050? This seems like a random level. No, it's not a random level, because as per the Elliott Wave method, we can count this. I have difficulties to count this move as an impulsive move. So to get an impulse, you need 5 waves. So we can count this here as a wave 1, 2, 3. This could be a wave 4, and we would then move up in a wave 5. Yeah. In this scenario, we can push high and would possibly get into that target area here. But to do so, the price must not drop below $3,050. And why is that so important? It is important because we have here our wave 1 peak and here our wave 4 low. So the wave 4 low is not allowed to cut into the price range of the wave 1. Sometimes there are slight overlaps, yeah, very slight overlaps. Wicks are sometimes possible, and the reason for that is that you have in the crypto market different exchanges, and sometimes it looks slightly different on different exchanges. Yeah, very, very slightly. Let's just take one more zoom out here. Yeah, so again, below that level, it would basically be invalidated, and you would need to assume a lower low. So I think if we drop below that level here, 3,050, this is basically, if you've seen my Bitcoin video, I would compare this to Bitcoin's 42.7K level, where I say, if we drop below that, that's probably it. Then, you know, the potential uptrend is over. Yeah, it's messy. It's not going to work. Yeah, and that is my view of Ethereum. So generally still skeptical about this uptrend. I've been talking about my skepticism here throughout, and yeah, both scenarios are possible at the moment, and we've got a key level here to the upside, the $3,412 level, but we need to maintain it, and to the downside, 3,050. So at the moment we are really in this in-between space where we just have to wait what the market is doing. This period oftentimes happens in investing, in trading, where we're waiting for a potential entry point and we are waiting for a decision of the market. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.